welcome to today's sunny morning here in Mexico's Riviera Maya at the El Dorado Royale Hotel. I'm Elliot Bullman.
And I am Silvia Reza, and I have for you the environmental program. It's a project, a very interesting one for you. Stay with us.
Yeah, you're going to love that. And all of today's top stories, developing stories throughout the morning. We'll be joined by lots of special guests, so stay with us. We've got lots to share with you. We'll be right with you. Welcome to the show, everybody. Great to have you with us again, Sylvia.
Of course.
Lovely, always a pleasure. As sunny as the show, always that sunny, radiant smile. Why are you so happy today?
Well, because it's Wednesday. Every day I'm happy, Elliot. Every single day.
Sylvia is probably one of the most upbeat ladies you'll find in Mexico. So, and if you've got a problem or anything you need to discuss or get off your chest, Sylvia will be happy to hear from you. She's got a lovely shoulder to cry on, or wherever you just want to have a nice chat, you know.
Exactly, that's a more likely. Imagine like everybody's gonna be here on my shoulders. No. We talk more.
So our doors are open, so you just come walking on in here on the sofa, ready to receive you. So got lots of great stuff to talk about today. Great topics as always, and we're going to break it down for you. And today, you know, what's really caught my attention in the medical field is, you know, especially in the United States, Sylvia, you know, this topic, again, it's coming back up about opioid abuse, you know, and unfortunately the number of people nowadays that have become so dependent on, you know, drugs, not recreational, but some of the, you know, the really stronger, prescribed drugs, but
exactly,
it's having an appalling effect on lives especially in the United States. We've seen statistics again, you know, the overdose rates have tripled in the last 10 years. So, I mean, Sylvia, you're familiar from a patient therapist point of view. I mean, perhaps I think it's open it up to you from the medical side of things. What's going on?
Of course, actually, I've been talking to several doctors about it in general, because some of them, they actually send their patients to me because they know that they have to work with their emotions. And this is not an illness situation, but it's more like an emotional kind of thing. And so it's called, it's a disorder. The person actually believes that they are sick, and most of the time they believe that they have symptoms, but they are actually not. So it's an unconscious situation for the person, and it's a disorder, and it's called a factitious disorder. And it's actually sometimes confused with hypochondriac symptoms or hypochondriac person, but it's different. The hypochondriac person is the one that actually fears to be ill. He has a sensation, you know, like he's afraid to actually get sick.
But he always tells everybody, or she tells everybody, I'm ill all the time. I'm in pain, you know. They always, and everybody's sort of like, don't believe it, you know, not something else.
Yeah, but the one that has a factitious disorder, they actually come with a doctor, of course, seeking for a prescribed drug to release them from that kind of pain. But they're actually, they don't have anything. They just feel it. You know, the way our mind works is very interesting, Elliot, because our mind is very literal. So if you back home, you just say, well, today I'm very happy, very happy. All of a sudden, your body physiologically will react into that. If you say that you are very ill, then if you just feel and you concentrate on that, then of course, your physical body is gonna feel ill. But if the person has a disorder, so all that potentializes the effect. And of course, they go to the doctor because they believe that. Now, emotionally wise, what happens is that the person has a need of care, attention.
Yeah.
And of course, the reason why is because they probably have a very huge level of frustration or deception in life in general, or mainly frustration, because sometimes things don't come along well, like the way they're expecting in any of the fields of their lives, and that's one of the major reasons why.
Well, also that's a really interesting analysis you gave about the patient. Now, I'm reading also that there's a certain amount of pressure on doctors. You know, they're finding it very difficult. They're saying that they have to feel they're like lie detectors because they have to distinguish between what's real and what's fake. And obviously with repeat visits in the ER, you know, people showing up, the same people complaining about something new and it's not, but they recognize, like what you said, to distinguish between hypochondriac and fictitious. But they're saying that also they're being driven by the pharmaceutical industry also to have certain amounts of performance. So they have a lot of pressure. I mean, my heart goes out to the doctors who have to make these on-the-spot decisions, you know, do I give pain relief? And they said that in the medical industry, in this particular survey, that when they analyze what's really going on in hospitals and with doctors in general, they said that expectations, third-party expectations, are sometimes driving them to write those prescriptions, you know, so there's an expectation for the drug, the pharmaceutical industry, but also there used to be like by about 2005, the attitude towards more aggressive treatment changed. You know, it used to be, you know, giving pills for everything, but by 2012, they said it started to really show up the number of overdoses because, again, pressure on doctors to prescribe, and they're having to make that judgment call. I mean, that's tough.
One of the reasons why is because a person comes to the doctor and what do they say? Well, you know, I have a stomach ache, something ache, my back hurts or something, you know, some kind of a symptom. And of course, the doctor starts analyzing the situation and then prescribing. Some of them, after they see the person comes all over and over again, then what they started to do, Elliot, is they give them some pills, but they aren't pills. It's just like a placebo.
Like Smarties or
exactly.
something else. Yeah,
so then, and then they tell them, you know what, you're gonna feel good with that. So that's how they start to detect that they are actually not ill. Of course, they make analysis. They send them to do analysis and you know, in the lab tests in general to make sure. But when they detect that, oh no, this person is coming here like 3 times a month for the same situation. I mean, this is not possible. So they start realizing something else, and they do that. And then when the person says, oh yes, I feel better, then they go, okay, my friend.
Of course, and the doctors also have said, you know, they've had to rely on better, you know, more questioning techniques because the patient is giving them what you might call, you know, a mixed response or an incomplete or basically a diagnosis of their situation which is contradicting themselves.
Exactly.
You know, the doctor says, so your head hurts, right? And they can't really, so what kind of pain are you suffering? Because it's really difficult, isn't it, to say, are you in pain? How do you describe the pain?
Exactly.
You know, and the patient you can possibly detect. I mean, I'm not a physician, but can you imagine, you know, the workloads that these physicians and doctors have, people coming in, major situations, and, you know, they're overloaded with patients and they've got to then take those extra measures. It must be so hard to determine. So.
Definitely. So, yes, but that's one of the reasons. But mainly, the reason why they do it is because they actually need some emotional attention in general. But not just from someone like someone that is surrounded, you know, close to the person. It's specifically from therapeutical process. That's what they need, because they need to really realize inside of themselves what exactly is happening, you know, and why they're having this reaction with themselves. It's an unconscious situation.
And it's leading to very strong addictions and how to get off of these, I mean, these drugs, and, you know, for heroin sufferers who need, you know, a relief to come off of heroin, and, you know, there's a lot more support. It seems to me that there's a crying need, you know, it's going undetected. There needs to be outreach. I think there needs to be more education, or perhaps more organizations reaching out to sufferers, right? So they can get the help they need.
Yes, it's a way of compensating what they're lacking of. So, but anyway, we have a lot more to offer here in Sunny Morning, so we're very happy, and we're gonna go to commercials for a moment, and stay with us because we have a lot more for you.